At this time, I'd like to address the rapidly deteriorating situation in the Aegean. To no surprise, President Erdogan is at the center of it. While President Erdogan has become infamous for his bellicose rhetoric and prominent role as a destabilizing factor in the Eastern Mediterranean, his government's latest threats towards Greece's sovereignty and the alarm and distress of neighboring countries, the EU and the United States already have had regarding Turkey's rhetoric. The world is too keenly aware of the fallout from a country's unrestrained and uncontested belligerency towards its neighboring country, and the parallels between Turkey's expression of insecurity and antagonism towards Greece and Russia's rhetoric towards Ukraine is unnerving. Even more disturbing is the fact that Turkey is a formal ally of the United States and a fellow NATO member. Ryan Gengeras wrote last month on the subject, and I quote, "A war between Greece and Turkey is not only possible, but perhaps at some point probable. I have said for years that the United States needs to hold Erdogan accountable for his destabilizing actions. But we're at the point that the United States should start taking formal steps to safeguard the safety and security of Greece, Cyprus, Israel, and our European allies by foregoing the long-dead belief of Turkey as an ally and treating them as an adversary, the adversary that they've become." Thankfully, yesterday we were able to pass an amendment for inclusion into the House version of the NDAA that would prevent the sale of S-16s and F-16 modernization kits without certification that such F-16s will not be used by Turkey to violate Greece's sovereignty. I'm joined by a broad coalition of colleagues on both sides of the aisle and in both chambers that are committed to making sure the United States does not continue to provide Turkey weapons that they will indefinitely use to threaten its peaceful neighbors. But that's not enough. We must continue to hold Turkey accountable for their actions until they decide to be part of the solution instead of the problem. This is not limited to revoking the NATO membership, enforcing existing sanctions on Turkey for CATSA violations, preventing other future weapons sales, and redirecting military and strategic assets to more reliable allies. I don't say this lightly. It is with utmost sadness that I see a country that has within its power to play such a powerful role to cement stability and peace and cooperation in the region, and for Europe to take such diametrically opposite actions at every turn. Instead of respecting its neighbors, it routinely threatens Greece with military overflights, almost daily. Additionally, military action and challenges, it threatens military action almost daily again, and challenges Greece's sovereignty. In Cyprus, Turkey actively sabotages reunification efforts and seeks to create a vassal state from which it can gain access to natural resources. In Syria, Turkey actively fights against the US-backed forces fighting in Syria to contain ISIS. Turkey also militarily intervened in both Libya and Armenia through drone deployments, and in the case of in 1920, Nagorno-Karabakh turned the tide against a free democratic government in favor of an authoritarian dictatorship known for its human rights violations. Regarding Ukraine and Russia, Turkey has been trying to portray itself as positioned to mediate a resolution, but it has effectively been trying to have its cake and eat it too. Breaking with every other NATO country, Turkey refuses to sanction Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. It refuses to give up its S-400s and it continues to be a safe haven for Russia and its oligarchs to avoid Western sanctions. It then has the gall to try and exploit the invasion of Ukraine as a means to try and strong-arm the United States. We can't let that happen. Strong-arm the United States into providing additional military equipment and warplanes that will likely end up being used to threaten Greece. These shouldn't be the actions of a NATO ally, and its continued rhetoric suggests these types of actions will continue for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. We must act now for our national security and for the safety and prosperity of our allies. Thank you.